Hey everybody, Liana here. I'm just going to offer a quick 30-minute flow for you guys for those that just want to get their body moving. I know developing a home practice can be a transition when you're used to the studio, so sometimes these shorter segments might be helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and get started since we don't have a ton of time, and we'll go ahead and begin on our mats in child's pose. Feel free today to just listen along. I'm going to try to be as descriptive as possible verbally so you don't have to watch the whole time. So in child's pose, you have the option of knees wide, big toes to touch, or you can also bring the knees together. Maybe reaching those arms in front of you. Just take a moment to settle in. Take a moment to find your breath. Remembering that the breath is the foundation of the entire practice. Maybe you choose that Ujjayi breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, constricting the back of the throat, making that oceanic sound on your exhales. Keeping your hips towards your heels, let's go ahead and walk our hands over to the right. Trying to pull your left hip down towards your heels still as you reach through your fingertips, feeling that expansion in the side body. Beautiful, walking the hands through center. Let's try the other side. Hands will walk to the left as we pull our right hip down towards our heels. Beautiful, inhale back to center. Remember this space, child's pose. It's available to you at all times, at any point in this practice. On our next inhale, we're making our way to tabletop. Hands directly underneath shoulders, knees directly underneath hips. And while we're here, just take a brief gaze at your hands. Try to get that pointer finger parallel with the side of the mat, fingers wide. I always like to begin with a little cat-cow, finding some mobility in that spine. So on the inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin and chest. And on the exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine as you round. Take this at your pace, your breath. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat. We're going to be here for a couple breaths. Any organic movement your body might prefer, feel free to take it. Let's each go one more round. Good job, you guys. When you're done there, let's meet back in a neutral spine, tabletop. We're headed towards thread the needle. So inhale, right arm will lift up, gaze up. And on the exhale, thread your shoulder through. Shoulder and cheek or temple will make it down to the mat. You can walk the left hand forward if it's okay for your shoulder. Or you can bring it around the small of the back. The half bind would be left fingertips on top of right thigh. Just opening in our shoulders here, creating some space. One more breath. Good, replace the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Press into the palm, inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, back to tabletop. Let's even it out. Other side, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread through, left shoulder, left temple, come down to the mat. Your hand can stay where it is, or you can walk that right hand forward, maybe around the small of the back. Half bind would be right fingertips on left thigh. Good, next exhale, release, right hand underneath right shoulder, press into palm, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, back to tabletop. We're headed towards our first down dog, so check out the hands, make sure fingers are wide, top toes, hinge at hips, downward facing dog. I always encourage you to pedal it out, getting comfortable, bend those knees, left and right. Friendly reminder, the goal of this posture is the elongation, the decompression of the spine, so don't worry about if your heels don't hit the mat. Instead, let's focus on hips high, long spine. Headed towards that core warm-up I know we all love. We're gonna inhale forward to a plank and holds. Just if you need in your stance. Hands directly underneath shoulders. And then remember, modification for plank is knees down. Honor your body and your practice today. Choose the option that's gonna work for you. Couple of breaths. And then engaging those abdominal muscles, allow the core to pull the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Good, looking between the hands, bend the knees. We're slowly gonna walk up to ragdoll. Feet are hip width distance and allow that torso to fall down towards the thighs. Let the head go. Maybe you sway left and right, maybe shake out the head, yes and no. Knees can be bent as much as you need here to release that lower back as well. Good, inhaling to center, slight micro bend in the knees. We're all gonna roll up slow. And when you get to the top, shoulders are up and back, palms are by the sides, palms face forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Crown of the head's reaching tall. On your inhale, arms reach up, gaze is up. And on your exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift, flat back, fingertips can come to shins, crown of the head pulls forward. Exhale, plant palms, step yourself to plank. We're going through our first vinyasa together. On the first one, we're gonna head all the way to the mat. So don't forget, inhale, shift shoulders forward first. Exhale, bend elbows to hug the ribs as you lower all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes, starting with a smaller back bend, cobra. Inhale, peel the heart forward and up. Exhale, back down. When you're ready, let's meet back and down dog. Maybe pressing yourself to plank first, and then hinging back, maybe moving through tabletop, whatever is most comfortable for you. Check back in with hands, fingers wide. Good, bending the knees dramatically. Look between the hands, bend knees, step, hop, or float forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna try that together one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to fold. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms. Step it back to plank. Maybe knees are down, lowering chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, peel heart forward and up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck toes, hinge at hips, downward facing dog. Good, looking between your hands, bend your knees, make it forward, stepping, hopping. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold and hold here. We're gonna come directly to chair pose. Drop your bottom, arms reach up, chair pose. Let's check out the tailbone, make sure it's facing down. Little secret, probably one of my least favorite postures, but that's why we do it. Weights in the back of the foot, look down. If you don't see the toes, pull the knees back. And we're gonna try some movement with breath. On the exhale, torso to the thighs, arms back, palms up. Inhale, back to chair. Good, exhale, torso to the thighs, arms reach back, palms up. Inhale, chair. 2 more times, exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Inhale, reach up, straighten legs, maybe take a back bend. And on the exhale, hinge and fold again. Good, inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step it back, option for vinyasa, option to skip, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Couple of breaths in downward facing. When you're ready, inhale, right leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Maybe staying on the ball of the back foot. Modification will be dropping left knee. We're headed directly to a twist. Our left palm will plant, our right arm will lift up. Gaze is at the ceiling. One more strong inhale. Exhale, release that right hand to the mat. We're coming up to a crescent lunge. That back knee can be down or the The back toes are tucked, back leg active. We're up in a lunge. We're challenging ourselves with a little bit of balance today. So when you're ready, we're headed towards a standing march. For everybody, it's gonna look different. So it might be one big swoop, or it might be a couple steps, but we'll meet with our left knee lifted into our chest, left foot flexed, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Beautiful. With control, let's head back to our lunge. I just realized if you were on the back knee, that's not going to work. So that modification is not available for this first round. So we'll all have to be on the ball of our back foot. Sorry about that. All right, let's try this again. However many steps as it takes you, standing march, left knee up. Notice if your shoulders crept towards your ears, draw them away. And then with control, head back to your crescent lunge. Good. At this point, modification would be to drop left knee. Otherwise, we're going to stay active in that leg. Hands come to the heart, taking a twist. Left elbow, right knee, hands at center of chest. Continue to breathe. One more strong inhale. Exhale, release the hands to frame the foot. Right foot steps back to meet left. Maybe a vinyasa. Maybe you choose to skip and hinge to down dog. We'll all meet in downward facing. Take your time. Good, we got crescent lunge, other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Staying on the ball of the back foot, we'll meet up in our crescent lunge. Give yourself a moment to gain some stability. We're headed towards our standing march. Remember, as many steps as it takes you, we'll meet with that right knee lifted, standing march. Continue to breathe, core is engaged, crown of the head's reaching to the ceiling. And with control, let's take it back to our lunge. If you land in a stance that doesn't feel right, feel free to adjust your body at any point. We're going to try that together one more time, standing march. Right knee up. So don't hesitate. Maybe you step forward first and then lift. Perfectly fine option. Honor your body, your practice today. With control, we'll head to our lunge. Hands come to the heart. We're headed towards a twist. Right elbow, left knee, hands at center of chest. Continue to breathe. Next exhale, replace the hands to the mat. Left foot steps back to meet right. Option for that vinyasa. Option to skip. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Headed towards warrior two. Inhale, right leg will lift. Exhale, step it through with control. Back foot comes parallel to the back of the mat. Let's cartwheel it up. Warrior two. Maybe you want to bend in that front knee a couple times, just easing into this large hip opening. Settling in, finding the knee over the ankle if you're able. Everyone's hips are different, so if it can't make it, don't push it. Peaceful warriors next. Right palm flips, right arm reaches back. Good. And on the inhale, let's take it back to warrior two. We're headed directly to Trikonasana today. Straighten that front leg. Reach forward as much as you can. Left hip kicks out. And at that point, we'll rotate. We're trying to pretend our back is pressed against the wall. So it's not about how low can I get my right hand, but instead how open can I stay in my chest, as if my back's against that wall. Good. Next, exhale, release the hands to frame the foot. We're in pyramid pose. Depending on your body, you're probably going to want to hop your foot in a little bit, maybe significantly. Your stance will depend on your own anatomy here. We're not allowing pain or anything sharp, so if it's sharp, bend the knee as much as you need or shorten stance. Think about pulling right hip in line with left. If you have a couple of blocks at home, blocks surrounding the leg is really helpful. Good, walking the hands into the inside of the right foot. We'll rotate and pivot, hang in our wide leg forward fold. Maybe re-widen our stance if we shortened it. And then slowly, I want you to all take a slight micro bend in your knees. Hands come to the hips, and we're gonna roll up slow. Wow, these slower or these faster classes go by fast. All right, heels come in, toes flare out. We're headed to goddess pose. So think about tucking your hips forward but pressing your knees out as you sit down into goddess. Maybe you want to challenge yourself to come to the balls of your feet. Hips are low. Continue to breathe. Tuck that tailbone to face your mat. One more here. Good, drop the heels to the mat, straighten the legs. Feet will come back to parallel. Hands come behind the back and we interlace if we're able. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Look up, fist reaches down towards the mat. Exhale, hinge at hips, fold forward. Let your head go. And if your hands stay on your back, that's most likely where they're meant to be. If gravity can draw them away comfortably, let it do that. But don't push that rotation. One more breath. And on the next exhale, release the hands to the mat. Good job, you guys. Walking the hands towards the front right foot, we'll rotate and pivot. We're in a runner's lunge. Hands frame the foot. Engaging our core, we're stepping back to plank. Option to take a vinyasa. Option to skip. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Good, heading directly to warrior two. Inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between the hands lightly. Back foot drops parallel to back and mat. Let's cartwheel up. Just so you're not facing my back, I'm gonna turn around. So you're not stuck with my bottom in your face. Hopefully you're just listening along. So maybe we hinge into those hips or bend that knee a few times, just easing into that opening. And then let's settle in. Knees over ankle in the front. We're headed towards peaceful warrior. Left palm will flip. Left arm will reach back. Right hand can rest on that back leg. Maybe comes around the small of the back. Half bind would be right fingertips, left thigh. We're still deep in that left leg lunge. Good, inhale through warrior two, and then straighten that front leg. Headed towards Trikonasana, you can always shorten that stance slightly. Make sure the tailbone's facing down, reach it forward, and then rotate. Gaze is either up or down. Beautiful, next exhale, release the hands to frame the front foot. Remember, your body might be different, so you can hop that back foot in as much as you need. Shortening your stance, allowing you to pull that left hip in line with right. And again, maybe you have a couple blocks at home to surround the leg, providing a little bit of support. Please do not allow for pain. Slight bend in the knee, maybe. Good, and then bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. We're gonna rotate again to our wide leg forward fold. We're gonna do something a little different on this side. So on your inhale, let's half lift. And gaze at your feet. I want your heels to come in and your toes to flare out. Bending the right knee in line with those right toes, we're taking it to a side lunge. Depending on your body, you may hinge a little bit, feel a significant sensation on the inside of that left leg, and that might be where you stay. If you can take it all the way down without any pain, you're welcome to head all the way down. Maybe you want hands to heart for a balance. Maybe you want that bind. But promise me, everybody at home, don't allow for any sharpness. Yoga's not meant to be painful. So maybe a little discomfort's okay, that's where you use your breath. But if it's painful, just stay up as high as you need. You're still getting a nice stretch. gonna be headed towards the other side. You have the option of using the support of your hands as you shift, or maybe the strength of your legs as you shift to the other side. This side could be different, so honor it. Maybe hands at heart, maybe that bind. Maybe you decide to come up higher, honoring your body. Good, one more breath. And then let's go ahead and release back to Prasarita, wide leg forward fold, just let it go. Hands will come to the hips, slight micro bend of the knees, we're hinging up again. Headed into goddess pose, heels come in, toes flare out. Think about pressing those knees outward, tucking the hips forward, sitting down into goddess, challenge option, coming to the balls of the feet. One more breath, you got this. Then go ahead and straighten legs, drop heels back to the mat. Feet will come back to parallel, toes are facing forward. Hands come behind the back, we interlace. Inhale, roll shoulders up and back, look up, fist towards that mat, open heart, open throat. Exhale, hinge at hips, fold forward. One more breath. Next exhale, release hands to the mat. Hands will walk towards your front left foot. You'll rotate and pivot, bend in that left knee, and we'll meet in our runner's lunge. Engage your core here. We're stepping back to plank. Challenge yourself to not fling that leg back, but to step it back lightly. Maybe you want that vinyasa, lowering for chaturanga. Maybe you skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. It's your last down dog of this short practice, so try to enjoy it. And then however you choose, let's make it to our mat. So you can always just drop your knees, sit back on your heels. We're gonna meet with our legs extended towards the front of the room to begin. Feet are flexed. Hands by sides, shoulders away from ears, crown of the head tall, Dandasana staff pose. Next inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, hinge at hips, lead with chest, release head and neck last for that seated forward fold. It's all right if you don't make to the feet, maybe ankles or shins. If you have a strap at home, great. We'll all slowly roll up. And then we're headed towards a straddle. So you'll take your feet wide and listen to your body. Don't go too wide if you feel pain, especially behind the knees. You want to feel rooted in your mat. Inhaling, lengthen spine. Exhale, hinge forward. You can always rest on the forearms. You can stay up on those palms with that hinge. Whatever feels okay in the body. And then keeping our shoulders square to the floor, let's walk our hands over to face the right leg. You can keep the shoulders square, or you can choose to open up for more of a side body stretch, reaching with those left fingertips. So you pick whatever one feels better for your body. I just like to offer those options. Good, releasing, walking it back through center. Let's square off over the left leg. And maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you choose to open up that side body instead. Really your choice. Try to keep that right hip down on the mat. Good, let's go ahead and walk it through center, and we'll slowly rise. Beautiful. Feel free to use your hands to bring those legs together. And maybe shake them out, just bringing a little bit of circulation back. Headed towards our last active posture, we're headed to Navasana boat pose. So knees will bend, feet will come into the mat. Hands come behind the thighs, and let's sit back on those sits bones. Maybe you just hover the feet, you're building strength there. Maybe you want to take your legs to a 90 degree. Maybe you want to release your arms. We're engaged in our lower abdomen with a long spine. We've got 2 more breaths.
Last one. Good, go ahead and release the feet to the mat. We're lowering to our backs. You can always challenge yourself to take it slow with control of your core. Headed to a reclined pigeon pose. Knees are bent, feet are in the mat. Right ankle's gonna come over left knee. Depending on your body, this might be where you stay. If you want a little bit more, you can thread through, grabbing the back of the thigh, maybe the back of the shin. But if this forces your head and neck to lift, I would suggest choose the option that allows your head and neck to stay down on the mat. And for those of you who've taken other classes, this is a really nice modification for pigeon pose. Just a little less intensity. Good, go ahead and release and let's switch sides. Left ankle over right knee, same options. This might be where you stay. Maybe you thread through. Beautiful, go ahead and release. Feet come back to the mat, knees are lifted to the ceiling. Feet are about hip width, hands are by the sides, palms face down. Let's head to a bridge. Inhale, lift those hips high. And then slowly articulate your spine back to the mat. One vertebrae at a time. Last thing to hit is that tailbone. Once the tailbone hits, knees into the chest. Option to sway left and right on that sacrum, that lower back. And then we'll settle into center. Arms are going to come out to a T, and we're headed to a supine twist. Drop the knees right, take the gaze left, if that's okay for the neck. Goal is both shoulder blades down on mat. And then with control of your abdomen, lift your knees through center and head to the other side. Knees drop left, gaze goes right. Both shoulder blades are down. If you find your knees hovering or separated, you could always place a block underneath or in between to find comfort. Good, with control of that abdomen, knees come back to center. We'll hug them into the chest. This might be where we stay. If you like happy baby, we can head to happy baby. Feet flex like you're stamping that ceiling, maybe rocking left and right if it feels good. Maybe like straightening one or both legs for a reclined straddle stretch. Again, your practice. You choose. Whatever you chose, let's all meet with knees and chest, giving yourself that final hug of gratitude, thanking yourself for showing up on your mat. And then we'll release to our final resting posture of Shavasana. I strongly encourage you to take as much time as you need to get your wiggles out here. Of all the postures you've done so far, this one is by far the most important. Acknowledge anywhere you might still carry tension in your body. Find where you can further release, further let go. Melting your body into the earth that supports you below. Maybe unclench your jaw. Maybe release the furrow between your eyebrows. Go as far as trying to soften behind your eyes, your eyelids. And with every exhale, remember you have a chance, an opportunity to release. Maybe it's something that's no longer serving you, that might be weighing you down. Knowing that the more we can let go of those things, the more space we can make for positive things instead.
few more breaths. Slowly bringing awareness back into your body. Maybe beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe rolling out ankles or wrists. And then curling up, closing in, knees will make their way to the chest as we roll to one side in the fetal position. Using your bicep as a pillow, palm can be placed into the earth in front of you. Just pause here. Take a moment to appreciate the quiet amongst the noise of our everyday lives. Pressing into your palm, let's make our way back to that comfortable seated position. And if you feel comfortable, maybe keep those eyes closed. Once you get there, let's inhale our arms up one final time. Exhaling hands to heart center. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. And always take a moment to thank yourself for investing into you. Namaste translates, and the light and goodness in me honors, respects, and acknowledges the light and goodness in you. And together we seal our practice with Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you'll see a few more of these as time goes on. We're thinking of you, we miss you.